So now that I've had time to digest everything, I mean, it still feels like a fever dream, literally. And these idiots, these cowards. I mean, you guys killed the wrong person. I'm gonna just be honest. Nobody deserves to die in that way if they haven't inflicted harm, physical harm on people. This soft milk toast world that we're living in, where words, oh, you're infringing my made up rights, you're infringing my made up mind, like all of this stuff. There's a couple things I'll say. This is what happens when good men stay silent. When we have allowed this because we've been trying to be politically correct for so long. And I'm mainly speaking right now towards the Christians who don't want to say anything. I know of some great, influential, powerful speakers that I'm like, oh man, that's a man of God. But they don't want to get in this because they're like, well, we got to stay out of it. But Jesus changed the world, not because he was political. He was apolitical. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's. Give to God what is God's. But as far as when it came to what's right and what's wrong, he didn't wait for a pulpit to start sharing the truth. He didn't wait for a one-on-one Bible studies to start sharing the truth. He cared about everyone equally. And everybody can get the smoke. If you're next, everybody can get the smoke. Doesn't matter who you are. Everybody can get the smoke. And he did it in a loving way. But when it was time to speak up, when it was time for Paul to preach the word, he preached the word. And he didn't back down about what he knew. When they started beating him as a Roman citizen, he looks to them and says, before you guys throw me into prison, I just want you guys to know, should you be doing this to a Roman citizen? And they were like, it cost me like half my life salary to become a Roman citizen. How did you? He was like, I was born in Caesarea, however you pronounce it, which was the antiquated city Antonia, which was the first known Roman city ruled in that area. But we found out actually Caesarea Philippi, found in the scriptures, was actually the first known Roman ruled governed city, which gave citizens to that's where Paul was actually born. It's cool. You guys go figure it out. I think look through Acts 20 through 22, I believe. You'll find that information there. But Paul knew his rights. He wasn't an idiot. I'm about to take this flogging and not say anything. No. And what did Jesus say to the people? Like, you're not taking my life from me. Like, he wasn't just like a pacifist. No. He told them to their face, I'm telling you right now, you don't have authority to take my life from me. You don't even have that ability to. I'm laying it down willingly. But what's frustrating is I see a bunch of cowards who their entire lives, and in my mind, they're all these 18-year-old, maybe 17 to like 23-year-olds who's their entire world, they've been pump fed. Like, I'm talking about like turkey style injection, fatten the turkey with that jalapeno sauce. Like, that's my favorite, right? Like, them injected with hate, with extremism forced in their ears. And to be honest, it's not just the liberals. It's not just the people on the left. The people on the right too. In my opinion, here's how I categorize them. I see the conservatives, or the people who say they're far right. I see their charge is that they can be heartless and have an appearance that they have no sympathy for people, and say things like, well, everybody has merit, you got to work for it, which I 1,000% agree for it. But sometimes you just screw up bad. And sometimes when you're speeding on the highway, sure, you could get that ticket, but gosh dang, it would be nice if the cop let you go. If the cop let you go, you'd feel like, you know what? Dang. You know what I mean? Even though you're a speeder, it'd be cool if the cop let you go. And sometimes from the conservatives, I don't hear enough of the we'll let you go. It's just like pop, 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 pop. Which again, I actually lean more towards that side, but There are some cases, even in our own lives, where we've all gotten passes on things that we deserve the full extent of the punishment for. I'll let you and God sort out whatever that is in your life, but that's just what it is. And then you got the liberals on this side, the left-leaning people. My problem with them is they're ignorant. They literally come off as ignorant. They come off as very ignorant to the fact, very emotionally charged ignorance. That used to be me. Very emotionally charged ignorant. If I heard something, what are you doing talking about? What are you doing talking about black people? And then I go in and listen to a song when everybody's talking about killing each other. And I'm like, yeah, get the op. Yeah, hitting that boy with the fire. They ain't even noticed me. You know what I mean? So I can jump for that, but then I get mad when another dude, like, come on, bro. Like, let's just, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it, kind of deal. I just put up the hand. Stop. And when these guys, these cowards, cheer for Charlie Kirk's death, I'm tired of being even more politically correct. I don't agree with I'm married. If anybody out there is married, this is the person who's gonna get the closest to you of all time. I don't agree with my wife on everything at all. Something she does ticks me off. And that is how you know you are really in cahoots. You are really becoming one with another person. If you have friends and you start to bicker, it's not because they're bad friends. It's because maybe you guys are actually getting pretty close. So for you guys to go ahead and kill Charlie Kirk and laugh about it, and then I go and try to check your profiles, and it's nothing of you. I have nothing of your face at all. I have zero. I can't put the crime to the person because you're hiding behind these fake. All my pages are public. You can watch all my videos. You can critique my music. You can critique the way I look, the way I talk. You can do that because there's nothing to hide. In real life, outside of this world, I am a stand-up human being. People respect me because I try to give respect. And I share love with people. People who have actually been around me in real life and not falling into the political trap of like, you support this guy, so no, but have I ever done any of that to you? No. That's how you know you've been duped by what you're reading. You've been fed these lies. But because I voted for Donald Trump, which I did, everybody around me knows. I love people. Do I agree with living a lifestyle of a homosexual? No, I do not agree with that. I've never agreed with it. As a Christian, I don't agree with it. But I have gay friends. I don't agree with their lifestyle. I would love for them to know Jesus a little bit more adequately so they could change their life. But okay, whatever. I'm not the judge. There is the judge. I'm not the judge. So what can I do in this life? I gotta love people. Do I agree with trends, the community, or like that lifestyle? Absolutely not. But you're not going to see me with the picket fence sign or talking about, no, you can't sit over here. I'm not going to do that. People who know me in real life know that. But if you're asking me what I believe, you're asking a different thing. And if you're just upset that I don't believe in what you believe, then you're immature. Because I don't have to believe in what you believe, and you don't have to believe in what I believe. That doesn't mean that we cannot be loving towards one another. That does not mean that at all. Jesus, they get this wrong all the time. Jesus stopped them from stoning the adulterous woman. But do you guys remember what he told the adulterous woman? He didn't say like, oh, my beautiful child, like you've done nothing wrong. No, he said, now flee your life of sin or else something worse will happen. Next time, I'm not going to be there to stop these wild apes, these wild maniacs from fully giving you the full extent of the law. I won't be able to stop them. So flee your life of sin or else something worse will happen. But because I'm here, I got you. I'm not going to let them stone you because Hosea 6:6, God desires mercy, not sacrifice. The same Jews that were grumbling in their hearts. The same people that grumble in their hearts when they even hear me saying that. You say you're a Christian, but you love people who are gay. You love people who are transsexual. I don't agree with that lifestyle. And according to the scriptures, if they don't change, along with all these other sins, but let's just talk about this one, right? No, they're not gonna enter. I don't have zero indication that they will enter into heaven. I'm not the judge. Who knows what God will do? I'm just based on the God of the scriptures. This is what He says. It's what He says in the scriptures. So why is it a problem if I say something about that? If you meet me in real life and stop building your world ideology from YouTube shorts and Instagram reels and TikTok videos, and you actually go out and interact with people. I think it was Theo Von who said a very profound statement about Charlie Kirk. Theo Von said, I didn't agree with everything, most of what Charlie Kirk said. He said, even though I don't really know what he was saying, I just know that kind of, vibe or whatever he didn't agree with. He said, however, Charlie Kirk, he tweeted with his feet. He didn't tweet online. He tweeted with his feet. He would go in the world. And Theo Von said, I respect that type of bravery. I respect that type of bravery. When I used to go on campus and share my faith on a college campus and ask people if they want to study the Bible and get no's and get people getting angry at me. I had this one old dude on a bus who was like, stop talking to me or something bad's going to happen, because I asked him if he wanted to do a Bible study. That was it. That's literally all I said to him. That's how cold this world is. Somebody's asking if you want to study the Bible, and it's like their whole world is being shut down or something. You're insecure. That's what it is. You're insecure about your own morality. That's what it is. If you're a security, I'm good, bro. Because somebody can say something about me now. I mean, I have some things that I need to work on. Nobody is perfect, but I say in the area of security, I would say I'm kind of pretty secure. So I'd be like, nah, I'm good, bro. You can say what you want. Well, whatever. I laugh at people. Sometimes in my own comments, I laugh at them. Because I'm like, bro, I will never meet you in the human form. And if you do meet me, I guarantee God give me a pretty good gift of speaking. I think you would like me. You don't have to, but I'm pretty sure you will. Because I'm going to try my best to be your friend. That's who I am in real life. But if you ask me what I believe, if you ask me what I stood for, I will tell you. And especially if you're close to me, you probably already got a form of this. Because I love you. And I want you to know Jesus. And I want you to know God. And I'm not going to judge you of where you are. I'm not going to do that. Because my Savior did not do that. He didn't live his life that way. If people felt condemned, it was just because of how he lived. But it wasn't. And what he spoke on, that was true. But outside of that, everybody felt some type of love. Unless they felt convicted by him. If you feel convicted by me, that is just on you. But I'm not trying to do that. Because I'm gonna have to stand in front of at the seat of the Creator one day. I'm gonna have to do that. So why would I don't have to, I don't need any warm fuzzy feeling in my stomach to say that you're not saved and all. I don't need that feeling. There was a time where I actually needed that feeling. I don't need that feeling anymore. I'm pretty aware and have I think a very healthy fear of the Lord that I'm going to have to sit in front of him one day. So what is it to me that I'm making you feel all down about whatever, unless we're like in a dialogue where we're sitting down, we're talking about the scriptures and I'm trying to help you. But outside of that, why would I just go up to somebody, see what they're dressed like, see that stuff and go out and what does that do for me? And I not make it. Away from me, you evildoers! I never knew you. These are for people who are we were praying, Lord, Lord. And not many of you would say, Lord, Lord, will be saved. Many of you say, Lord, Lord, will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. So because of all these healthy fears, I'm trying to live my life in humility. Because guys, I have a lot of problems. I have a lot of things I need to work out. There was a comment that I seen from this dude that goes to my church. And he posted about the Charlie Kirk thing. You know, everybody's saying the same thing. I don't agree with them, but, you know, this is wrong. And da-da-da. And hey, kudos. But then I seen his auntie or somebody post in the comments. I blocked her immediately. But I seen his auntie post in the comments talking about, honey, like, you do know he was a racist. Bro, when I hear things like that, it immediately tells me they're either wrapped in the machine, or they're ignorant. I don't want to be around ignorant people. I know I have to be because I live in the world, but I don't want to be around ignorant people. There's some things I'm ignorant of. Some people might not want to be around me, but I don't want to be around ignorant people. Whatever I think is ignorant, I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be around ignorant people. I say that you guys killed the wrong guy, and I'm not advocating for anybody dying or any of that. What I'm saying is that there are some lunatics online. You want to see some crazy conservatives? There's some lunatics online you can find. Like unsensible people that say crazy, dumb things. That wasn't Charlie Kirk. You guys watch sound bites. You get your entire lives from sound bites. You guys are the easiest to fool. You're the easiest to fool. You're the easiest to fool and manipulate and trick. Half of these comments that are commenting in there, it's so funny. You guys think that they're real people, especially on Meta. They have it bad on Facebook and Instagram. They're not even real people. No, not somebody hiding or having a burner account. Like I'm talking about Russian or foreign agencies, like farmed, curated people to comment these things to get you angry, to create the divide. You don't have to believe me. It is what it is. It is what it is. We did a study about this for one of my projects after the 2016 election. We did an entire study on this in college. I went to Cal State Long Beach, and yeah, we looked at it, and the findings were crazy. The amount of these on Twitter at the time, the amount of these people that had the check marks that were bot accounts, B-O-T accounts, were staggering. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. You literally wouldn't believe me if I told you. So that's why I don't have, I don't have any, you call it filter or whatever. No, because good people are dying. That's why. Good people are dying. And people who claim to be Christians or whatever, or maybe they don't claim to be anything. But it's a lawless world. And all this hate is being pushed. And I'm sick and tired of this narrative that, well, if they don't go to my church, then what's the point of me talking to them? So let me just keep my mouth shut and let me just work on this little ecosystem over here, this little cubicle world that I'm living this false reality that everybody is like this little cubicle over here. No, that's not what the world is going through. So that's why I said, no, I'm going to commit my platforms. I'm not going to have a politically correct platform. I'm going to speak about against evil. I'm not going to get involved in politics and stuff like that. But for this situation, I am specifically talking about the man of Charlie Kirk. And I believe he was a beautifully brave soul with an incredibly strong wife with kids. And the main thing that he taught about, if it would be anything political, was linked to his faith. And in my eyes, he was more of like a faith debater than like some type of politician. That's what I've seen. That's what I watched. He was way more of a faith debate, pro-Christianity, pro-family, just hardline biblical rules. Like, no, we need more fathers in homes. We need the build the family up, the family model. We need to bring that back. He was more of that. In the offshoots of that, we're talking about all these offsets, like when he would talk about, the LGBTQ plus community or whatever. Those would be anecdotes to the main thing that he would always talk about. And I 100,000% agree with him. I agree with him. And why would I silence myself? Why would I be silent? If they're still gonna murder the good guys anyways, so then what's the point? And I remember that initial fear of like, well, man, maybe I should just start removing the stuff because I don't. No, bro, because what is the point of living 70 years as a coward if you can't even live one moment of authenticity? What is the point? Just so I can say I lived this long life? No, I think Charlie Kirk is, in my opinion, is a hero because he stood up for what he believed. And you could have somebody else on the other side that could say something completely different. And if they're bold enough to go out and boldly talk about what they believed over and over again, I would say the same thing if the shoes were reversed. I would. I'm not saying other. I would, because I respect the boldness and I love that we're exercising our freedom of speech. You try to stifle that in my country? Oh, baby. Oh, baby, you messed up. Oh, baby, you messed up. Oh my gosh, you messed up. You think I'm going to be silent and I'm afraid of a bullet? I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. I know how to shoot. Sure, anybody can get got, but no. No. I'm not just gonna roll over. I'm not gonna roll over. Why would I roll over? That's the no. I'm not rolling over for these guys. I'm not rolling over for these guys. Now I have to fight to stay humble, and I have to fight to stay loving, and I have to fight to make sure to remember Ephesians 6 that this isn't a battle of flesh and blood, but it's against the dark forces. It's against the dark forces. I have to remind myself that so that I don't go backwards. I have to remind myself that it doesn't matter if they don't believe in me or even if they are cheering, that there is an evil presence that people are being held captive to do Satan's biddings for them, furthering divide. And I do mean that objectively on both sides. This is not the time to start pointing fingers at them, because if we fight this war in the way that the world does, we will lose. And I'm trying to fight this spiritual war in the way that Christ does. But I'm just going to use my voice. I'm going to use my voice. I don't want to just be the MoFresh, the comedian, the musician, the gamer in a box, the personality in the box. And I don't want to offend people, so then I'm not going to say. What's the difference to me? There's none. There's zero difference. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to say what I believe is true. And that it is what it is. And when I said I could shoot, I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just starchly saying that I am defending my position. That's what it is. It is what it is. I'm going to defend my position. I'm going to defend my position. I'm going to defend myself. And if you're watching this, no matter your age, understand that you are going to run into people that don't agree with you. And your job is not to hate them. You might get upset, but your job is not to hate them. Your job is not to punch them. Your job is not to fight them. Your job is to try to find a way to love them. But if you see these things happening, I believe you have a moral responsibility to speak up about it. If you see some friends getting bullied, it's your moral responsibility to go tell a teacher. It doesn't matter if people call you the snitch. It doesn't matter if people call you a wuss, or it doesn't matter. If you see somebody being bullied, you go say something about it. Don't just sit idly back and be like, oh, well, if you see something happening, you see somebody getting picked on, I believe it's your moral responsibility to step in and fill the gaps, because there are people that are being captured to do evil, and when it's not checked, they go on to do crazier things. So we got to make it this is my opinion. This is how I'm going to end this video. We got to make it uncomfortable for Satan. We got to make it uncomfortable for Satan. I don't care if he's roaming around like a roaring lion. I'm going to make it uncomfortable for you to have a single meal around me, because I'm rolling 612 deep of brothers and sisters in the faith, and I do got a God above me. But what I'm not going to do is stay silent when a man was killed because of his opinions, and especially a man who talked about Christ and was just bold enough to share what people think in their minds already. We had a little church split thing happen, and all kinds of stuff started coming out from all kinds of leaders. Some people who are esteemed positions, all of their insides were coming out on every side of this so-called split. Every side, all their insides were coming out, and it was vile and it was disgusting. So what is the difference between actually being bold about what you believe and what you feel, and then being a coward and not saying anything, but you're feeling the same thing in your heart? Saying yes, yes, but you're saying peace, peace, but there is no peace in your heart. There was no peace in your heart. You're feeling all kinds of things, and it comes out in all these breadcrumb ways. So no, I'm meant to make it uncomfortable for Satan, and I'm going to make it uncomfortable for people because I love the Lord. I love the Lord way more than anybody. God has changed. 6 years ago, in February 2019, the 24th of 2019, the Lord changed my life forever. My life has been radically changed. Radically changed. I repented of my sins. I had people study the Bible with me. I found out what it meant to be a disciple. I repented. I got baptized. Game over. Radically changed my life. I love the Lord. I love everybody that God put in my life that I feel like helped me. All my friends. Some of them don't need to be as religious as me. It doesn't matter. Like I'm so grateful what God has done in my life. I'm so happy, and I would love for people to experience this life that I live. But I love God more than people. Way more. So I don't care what you think. I really don't. I love you. But your opinions, people's opinions are stopping us in place from preaching the gospel. And there's a great Christian poet that talked about frying the airwaves in this incredible book called 2020. But yeah, we got to fry the airwaves with good news, but fry the airwaves with all things about Christ. Fry the airwaves. Don't try to look cool about it. Like fry it, deep fry, fried Oreo style, fry it up, canola oil style, Crisco butter or whatever that thing is, fry it up with nothing about Christ and let people feel uncomfortable. Let Satan get uncomfortable. And if he starts bucking his head and starts rowling and then does something like this, you think that's going to shake me up? Not with this on my side. Not with this at my freaking hip. No. 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 I'm going to make disciples of all nations. I'm going to baptize them. I'm going to teach them to obey everything I commanded you. And I'm going to use my platforms. I'm going to create a platform. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to speak about it. And I believe really throughout the entire country that there are so many people that this is happening with. They're just getting, this is what's happening. And I think there's so many people just like me, maybe channels just like this. There's so many people that are coming up and just sharing their hearts and saying, no, this is wrong. Nope. Okay, you guys gone. Yeah, okay. We've gone too far. We've gone too far. And for anybody celebrating his death, I'm just going to tell you that it doesn't matter who you think you are. You're a coward. You are a coward. I'm really trying to think back. I've never celebrated anybody's death, whether I agree with them or not. It's a travesty because it's a travesty to God. That's why it's a travesty. Because he wants all men to come into the knowledge of the truth and be saved. And a day to him is like 1,000 years. 1,000 years like a day, because he's not slow as we perceive slowness, but he's patient because he doesn't want anybody to perish. 2 Peter 3, 8-10. Like, doesn't want anybody to perish. I want what he wants. I want my enemies, whoever I think is my enemy, I want them to go to heaven. I want them to be with their creator. I want them to know their creator. So celebrating a death, coward. You're a coward. Especially when you have a private account. You're a coward. You deserve to be called a coward. You comment below, but you never say these things public. You're a coward. cowards say those things. I respect you if you tell me. Text me, call me if I know you. I will respect that. But you're a coward if you're celebrating somebody's death. Not this guy. So that's my opinion on it. Jesus is the best. It's your boy MoFresh. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here, cool. But I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic because of the scriptures. And I do pray that we use this moment to rally together. Yep, that's what I say. I'm about to go play Cyberpunk. I'm out of here. See ya.